Everybody, Steph from the Hot Moon Podcast. So, Carmelo Anthony is making some waves for saying that, the 3 gold medals for him is bigger than an NBA championship because he understands the impact of it. Not everybody wins gold. Not everybody wins a silver or bronze. It's a handful of athletes from a country that we can say has won medals, let alone gold medals. When you have that perspective, that's a whole nother perspective. Yeah, of course, I won an NBA championship. We all do. Yeah, but it's a lot of bleep that have to go down accordingly in order for you to win an NBA championship, let alone multiple championships. So, listen, man, when Carmelo Anthony, I believe he retired in the 2023 NBA season, or at least announced his retirement then, it was just kind of like, Carmelo Anthony's a phenomenal player, one of the best scorers in NBA history, right? Growing up, I remember, I used to like Melo. I thought Melo was a lot better than LeBron James early on in their careers. I thought Carmelo Anthony was a much more polished scorer than LeBron James, and there was I remember at the time, there was a real discussion on who would you have, and this was between, around 06 to 08, my friends, and it was just like, man, I like to have Carmelo, and obviously fast forward now, of course not, right? But Carmelo at his peak was really good. Look, he's a 10-time All-Star, scoring champ in 2013, career average 22 points a game. Really good player, great player, solid player, right? But a lot left to be desired. His days in Denver, he reached the Western Conference Finals, but got stopped by Kobe. I believe that series went 6 games. And that was the last time he was in a conference, championship. And after that, eventually he, goes to OKC. He bounces around, and it happens to players of his caliber. And look, man, listen, it sounds a lot like coping with the reality of your own career. He had an opportunity to team up with LeBron James, but elected to, take the money and stick around in Denver. Okay, and nothing wrong with that. If that's your goal, your priorities, you feel like you could have, won a title in Denver, or that's just the chance to make the most money, then no knock on an athlete, pro athlete, making the money, taking the bag. However, once you retire, you look back and do you think it was the best decision? Instead, now you are talking about how prestigious winning an Olympic gold medal is, and it's no knock on winning Olympic gold, but it's definitely not as prestigious as winning an NBA championship, right? When you win an NBA championship, you are, immortal in the sense in NBA history, right? You are in the history books for being on the championship team that was the best team that year to get it done, right? And your name is on that roster. Oh, it's sad to hear Melo, say this, or hear him say this, because you almost feel like he doesn't even believe what he's saying, right? It almost sounds just kind of like, just coping with the reality of what your career could have been with a title, as opposed to a not. Therefore, you're just looking for other ways to validate your career, right? And he really doesn't need much validation in terms of the actual NBA player that he was for his career. But it's really more so of just, when you are remembered or spoken of when your name comes up. Because listen, man, Melo's a great player and everything, but it's kind of like, years from now, how people really view him, right? A phenomenal scorer. And that's about it. Not a lot of key memorable playoff moments or playoff runs on his end outside of that 1 year in 2009, right? So yeah, man, it's just disappointing to hear, man, or not disappointing, but just sad to hear. But that's the reality, man. A lot of these guys that are great players and never won a chip, they're gonna rely heavily on other accolades that really holds no weight to an NBA championship, man. So anyways, guys, y'all let me know what y'all think about all this, man. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.